Left Behind number 1, Left Behind, Chapter 10, Part 2. Oh, Kennedy's open, isn't it? Is it? He said. Just an hour ago, the woman said. Limited flights, but your Pan-Continental out of Germany goes there in the morning. How many passengers? 1. Name? Buck peeked in his wallet to remind himself of the name on his phony British passport. Pardon, he said, stalling as Alan approached. Name, sir. Oh, sorry. Oreskovich. George Oreskovich. Alan mouthed that he would be in the car. Buck nodded. All right, sir, the woman said. You're all set with the flight to Frankfurt this evening, continuing to JFK in New York tomorrow. Can I do anything else for you? No, thank you. As Buck hung up, the door of the pub was blown into the room, and a blinding flash as a feeding crash set patrons screaming to the floor. As people crept to the door to see what had happened, Buck stared in horror at the frame and melted tires of what had been Allen's Scotland Yard's issue sedan. Windows had been blown out all up and down the street, and a siren was already sounding. A leg and part of a torso lay on the sidewalk with the remains of Alan Tompkins. As the patrons surged out to get a look at the burning wreckage, Buck elbowed his way through them, pulling his real passport identification from his wallet. In the confusion, he flipped the documents near what was left of the car and hoped they wouldn't get burned beyond readability. Whoever wanted him dead could assume him dead. They slipped through the crowd into the now empty pub and sprinted to the back. But there was no back door, only a window. He raised it and crawled through, finding himself in a 2-foot alleyway between buildings. Scraping his clothes on both sides as he hurried to a side street, he ran 2 blocks and hailed a cab. The Tavistock, he said. A few minutes later, when the cabbie was within 3 blocks of his hotel, Buck saw squad cars in front of the place and blocking traffic. Just run me out to Heathrow, please, he said. He realized he had left his laptop among his things, but he had no choice. He had transferred the best stuff electronically already, but who knew who would have access to his material now? You don't need anything at the hotel then, the cabbie said? No, I was just going to see someone. Very good, sir. More authorities seem to be combing Heathrow. You wouldn't know where a fellow could get a hat like yours, would you? Buck asked the cabbie as he paid. This old thing? I might be persuaded to part with it. I've got more than one other just like it. A souvenir, eh? Will this do? Buck said, pressing a large bill into his hand. It'll more than do, sir, and thank you kindly. The driver removed his official London cabbie pin and handed over the cap. Buck pressed the two large fisherman-style hat down over his ears and hurried into the terminal. He paid cash for his tickets in the name of George Oreskovich, a naturalized Englishman from Poland on his way to a holiday from the States via Frankfurt. He was in the air before the authorities knew he was gone. So that's Chapter 10 of Left Behind. Take care, everybody. Another video from my Storytime channel.